Hello and welcome to Notebook. Today we will discuss political parties and the different points associated with them. A political party is a group of different individuals who believe in a set of common political beliefs. This group often contests elections and aspire to hold power and run the government in a country. Political parties present a set of interests, concerns and goals to the voters and asks voters to support them. They try to persuade people by their claims that they are better than the other parties. A political party is also the means through which the general population can speak to the government and have a say in the governance. Any political party has three important components: the leaders, the active members and the followers. We will now move on into the different activities that a political party undertakes. The most important activity is that parties contest or aspire to contest elections in a country by putting up candidates. In some countries like the USA, the active members and the supporters select candidates. In some countries like India, the candidates are selected by the party leaders. Political parties help shape public opinion by carefully putting across a charter of objectives in front of the electorate. There are instances where different parties have come together to put across a front or an alliance. In certain cases, political parties also work with pressure groups to launch movements. In many cases, the local party representative is a link between the general population and the government machinery. There are different ways in which political parties operate numerically in nations. Some countries like China have a one-party system. There is no competition in this structure. The party nominates the candidates. Voters are left with the choice of not voting at all or voting for the candidate nominated by the party. Countries like the USA have a two-party system. In this bi-party system, the party who wins the majority of seats comes to power and forms the government. The United Kingdom is another example. In some cases, there are some smaller parties, but the largest parties dominate the elections. In a multi-party system, several political parties contest the elections. There are times when some parties form pre- or post-poll alliances. While a variety of political ideologies are represented in the multi-party system, this structure is messy and often leads to political instability. Political parties face certain challenges too. The first amongst them is the lack of democracy within the organization. In many cases, there are no organizational meetings and no membership registers are maintained. Internal elections are not regularly conducted. This leaves the power to be concentrated in the hands of a few. Ordinary members do not have access to information and cannot influence the decisions of the leaders. In many cases, vocal members are ousted from the party. Dynastic succession is another problem. Leaders often ensure that close family members succeed them, and hence genuinely able candidates are ignored. Money and muscle power pose the third problem. Often, candidates with strong financial backing are chosen. Similarly, many people with documented criminal history get preference. The biggest problem, however, is the fact that there are times that parties do not offer a meaningful choice to the electorate. Sometimes, no parties take stand against issues that are relevant but have the possibility of denting their vote bank. In India, there has been some instances where efforts have been made to reform these political parties and the way that they operate. The Indian Constitution has been amended to prevent defection of elected candidates. In fact, now MPs and MLAs lose their seats in the Parliament or the State Assembly in case they switch parties. The Supreme Court has also intervened and passed orders to curb the expenditure of money and muscle power. A recent development ensures that a candidate has to mandatorily file an affidavit stating his educational qualifications, details of his property, and the list of active criminal cases pending against him. The Office of the Election Commission also acts as a watchdog. Political parties have to file their income tax returns. They also have to hold internal elections. With this, we come to the end of the video lesson. We will meet again in other notebook videos.